Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're going to be tackling something I know a lot of you have been curious about, and that's HIIT workouts. We've got a whole stack of scientific articles, expert opinions, and even real-life stories to really get to the bottom of whether or not HIIT lives up to all the hype.
Yeah, it's time to separate fact from fiction and figure out if those intense bursts of exercise are truly worth the effort.
For sure. So first things first, let's make sure we're all on the same page. What exactly is HIIT?
Well, HIIT stands for high intensity interval training, and it basically involves alternating between short bursts of really intense exercise, followed by brief recovery periods, and you repeat these cycles for about 15 to 30 minutes. Like picture sprinting all out for 30 seconds, then taking a couple of minutes to walk it off, catch your breath, and repeating that over and over.
Gotcha. So it's not just about going hard all the time. There's a strategy to these bursts of energy. So why has it become so popular? Why all the buzz? I think a big part of it is the time efficiency. You can get a lot of the benefits of a longer workout in a fraction of the time, which is perfect for, well, let's be honest, most of us who have these super busy schedules.
I hear that, but does it actually deliver? Are the results really there?
Well, the science is promising. Research shows that HIIT can lead to a significant increase in calorie burn. It can boost your metabolism, and could even be really effective for fat loss and even some muscle gain. But of course, like with anything, there are nuances that we need to delve into a bit.
Okay, hold on. I need to stop you right there because I've heard this thing about how you burn calories even after your HIIT workout is over. Is that for real?
Yeah, it's true. HIIT actually has this unique ability to keep your metabolism elevated for hours after you're done exercising.
Whoa, so it's like my body turns into this calorie burning machine even when I'm just chilling on the couch? That's amazing. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty here. Our first source, Healthline, they go deep into the science of all these HIIT benefits we're talking about.
They're a great resource for sure.
Yeah, so they start by comparing HIIT's calorie burn to other types of exercise, like, running or weightlifting. And get this, HIIT burns a whopping 25 to 30% more calories in the same amount of time.
That's huge. You're basically getting more bang for your buck for every minute you're working out.
Exactly. And they also back up that whole metabolic boost thing we were talking about, which again is a big win for those of us who want to squeeze the most out of our workout.
For sure.
Okay, and it's not just about torching calories. Healthline also found that HIIT can be just as effective for fat loss as traditional exercise, especially for people who, maybe are trying to manage their weight.
Yeah, that's a really important point.
And get this, they even suggest that HIIT can help build muscle, especially if you're new to working out, which I wouldn't mind a little extra muscle myself.
Well, we don't want to overpromise here. You're not going to become a bodybuilder overnight, but any increase in muscle mass is definitely a nice bonus.
Totally. Okay, so Healthline also digs into HIE's effects on oxygen consumption, heart rate, and even blood pressure. They explain that HIE improves your body's efficiency in using oxygen, kind of like endurance training, but in a much shorter time frame.
Yeah, and that's a really key distinction because it means that HIIT isn't just about building muscle or burning fat. It's also about, really improving your overall heart health.
That's so important. And get this, HIE can actually lower both heart rate and blood pressure, which is super beneficial for people who have high blood pressure.
It's like giving your heart this amazing workout that makes it stronger and more efficient over time.
They literally call it, quote, a healthier heart in less time. And I gotta say, I totally agree. Okay, but what about HIE's impact on other areas of our health?
Well, Healthline found that it can be especially helpful for people with type 2 diabetes or who are at risk of developing it. It actually outperforms traditional exercise when it comes to controlling blood sugar and improving insulin sensitivity.
Wow, that's impressive. So it's not just about aesthetics or performance, it's about this overall metabolic health boost.
Exactly. And this is where it becomes clear that HII isn't just about squeezing in a quick workout. It's a powerful tool for managing and improving all these different health markers.
Absolutely. Okay, before we move on to the next source, Healthline also offers some practical advice on how to get started with HII.
That's important because, it is a pretty intense form of exercise. Starting safely and doing it right from the beginning is crucial.
Right, for sure. So they recommend choosing an activity you're already familiar with. Like if you have any joint pain, go for lower impact options. And they really emphasize those rest periods, not skipping them. It seems like easing in slowly and steadily is really important with HIIT.
Absolutely. Consistency is key. It's not about pushing yourself to the limit right off the bat. It's about gradually increasing the intensity and finding a routine that you can actually stick to.
I love that. They also suggest keeping those intense bursts under 30 seconds and starting with maybe just a couple of sessions a week. All right, so now we've got a good grasp on the benefits of, let's call it a typical HIIT workout. But one of our sources, Science Daily, brings up a fascinating question. What if you could get similar results in even less time?
That's where this whole idea of low-volume HIIT comes in. We're talking as little as 4 minutes of really intense exercise 3 times a week.
4 minutes? That's shorter than some of my social media breaks, I'm not going to
I
lie.
know, right? It sounds almost too good to be true. But their research showed that these short bursts can actually have a really significant impact on things like blood sugar levels and even your cardiorespiratory fitness.
Wow, it's amazing that something so short can have such a big impact.
Right. And they found that even the people participating in the study were surprised by how effective these super short workouts could be.
That's incredible. It really highlights the potential of low-volume HIIT, especially for anyone who, let's face it, struggles to find time for exercise.
For sure. It can be a total game changer for people who thought they could never fit a workout into their day.
This is making me think, what if you could combine this low-volume HIIT with other types of exercise?
It's a really interesting thought. Science Daily actually talks about the potential benefits of integrating low-volume HIIT into other training routines, like adding it to your strength training or your cardio. We could definitely explore that more later on.
That's a great idea. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, we have to remember.
That everybody is different, and it's always a good idea to talk to your doctor before starting any new workout routine, especially something as intense as HIIT. Safety first.
Couldn't agree more. Okay, let's shift gears a little bit and bring in another perspective. This time from a group called HIIT Science. They're all about bridging the gap between the research and the real-world application of HIIT. They really want to empower coaches and athletes with evidence-based training methods.
I'm a big fan of their approach. They make the science of HIIT accessible and easy to apply. It's not just about theory, it's about putting it into practice.
I love that. So what kind of insights do they offer? What makes them stand out?
Well, in one of their blog posts, they have this quote that really caught my eye. They said, quote, "Time spent at or close to your VO2 max has been finally proven to be the main factor for performance gains. Now go hard, but make sure you are not just going hard."
Okay, that's a little over my head. Break that down for us. What does it even mean?
Basically, it's about finding that balance between pushing your limits and making sure you're recovering properly. HII isn't just about going all out all the time. It's about being smart and listening to your body.
So it's more nuanced than just going hard every time you exercise.
Exactly. It's all about quality over quantity. You need to challenge yourself, but you also have to prioritize recovery to avoid burning out or getting injured. And this is really where HII Science's expertise shines through. They offer these courses that go into the details of how to design and implement HIIT programs safely and effectively.
So it's not just go hard, it's go hard smartly. I like that. Tell me more about what HIIT Science is doing.
Yeah, it sounds like they're giving you the tools and knowledge to really understand and personalize HI training.
Exactly. They really emphasize that practical application, which is
Exactly.
so important with a demanding workout like HIIT.
Absolutely. What else have they kind of uncovered in terms of, maximizing the benefits of HI? It seems like they're going beyond just the basics.
Well, one of the things that really intrigued me was they actually identify 5 different types of HI training, each with their own unique benefits and applications.
5 different types. That's news to me. Can you give us a sneak peek into these variations?
Sure. So for our listeners who are always on the go, they highlight short burst, HIE, which focuses on these really brief, intense intervals, followed by slightly longer recovery periods. And this approach is perfect for people with limited time, just like those studies from Science Daily that we talked about.
Oh, so you're saying that even squeezing in a few minutes here and there can actually make a difference?
Exactly.
I love that. And then for those who are more interested in building muscle, there's high-intensity strength training, which involves using weights or body weight exercises, but in that HIE format.
Oh, so you can really tailor your HIIE routine to your specific goals. That opens up a lot of possibilities.
Absolutely. And they go even deeper. They provide guidance on how to adjust the intensity, the duration, and even the rest periods based on what you're trying to achieve. Like, want to improve your endurance? They've got a protocol for that. Looking to increase your speed? They've got you covered.
Wow, this is making me realize that HIE is so much more versatile than I initially thought.
It really is. And what's really impressive is that HI8 Science doesn't just focus on the physical aspects. They also consider the impact of fatigue and stress on an athlete's overall health.
That's so refreshing to hear. It's great that they're taking this holistic view and acknowledging that intense training can have both positive and negative effects.
Exactly. And they go into detail about how to safely incorporate HIIA into your training program, taking into account your fitness level, your schedule, and even the demands of a specific sport if you're an athlete.
It sounds super comprehensive. Are there any real-world examples of how HI science is actually applying all these
Oh,
principles?
yeah, definitely. They have all sorts of case studies and real-world examples, which really help bring the concepts to life. You can see how it works for real people. And they even have advice tailored for different sports, like running, cycling, even team sports like soccer and basketball. They've really thought of everything.
This is fascinating, but what for people who aren't, training for marathons or competitions, does HID have any relevance for the average person who's just trying to improve their overall health?
Oh, absolutely. Remember that Science Daily article we talked about earlier on low-volume HIE? And how even those short bursts can have benefits for blood sugar control and cardiovascular health? Well, those benefits apply to everyone, regardless of your athletic goals.
So even if you're not an athlete, incorporating those short bursts of intense exercise can still make a big difference.
Exactly. And HIA science really stresses the importance of adapting the intensity and the type of workout to your individual fitness level and your goals. So they have specific recommendations for beginners and even for people with pre-existing health conditions to make sure that HIA is safe and effective for a wider range of people.
That's really reassuring to hear. It sounds like they're really dedicated to making HII accessible and safe for everyone, not just elite athletes.
Yeah, and another thing I find really valuable is their emphasis on working with a qualified professional to actually personalize your HIIT program because they understand how important it is to have that guidance and monitoring, especially if you're a beginner or if you have any health concerns.
That's a crucial point. It's not about just blindly following the latest fitness trend. It's about figuring out what actually works for you as an individual and having the support to do it safely and effectively. It sounds like HIA Science is a fantastic resource for anyone who wants to really dive deeper into HIIT.
I completely agree. Their website and their courses are full of information and practical guidance, whether you're a seasoned athlete or you're just starting your fitness journey.
Yeah, and speaking of leveling up, their blog seems like the place to stay updated on all the latest research and insights in the HI world.
It really is. And they're constantly expanding their offerings with new courses and workshops. It's really inspiring to see their passion for education and for empowering people to really take control of their health and fitness through HII.
Yeah, it speaks to the broader potential of HI, right? It's not just a fleeting fitness fad. It's a scientifically backed approach with so many different applications.
Exactly. And HII science isn't just riding the HI wave. They're actively shaping it. That's what I find so compelling about them.
It sounds like they have something for everyone. Coaches who are trying to, enhance their athletes' performance, scientists who are looking for the latest research, and even everyday people who just want to get the most out of their workouts.
Absolutely. And their whole approach aligns perfectly with the idea that HID isn't just about going hard. It's about training intelligently and strategically.
That's such a valuable message for anyone, regardless of where they are on their fitness journey. It's about understanding the science behind exercise and making informed decisions.
Couldn't agree more. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to our bodies and our health.
So true. Well, we've come a long way in our HI deep dive today. We started with the basic principles, and now we've explored some of the cutting edge research from groups like HI Science. And along the way, we've learned that HI8 is far more than just a trendy workout. It's a time-efficient, science-backed approach with all sorts of benefits for both our health and our performance. And it can be tailored to fit anyone's needs and goals, really, whether you're, a hardcore athlete pushing for peak performance or just someone like me who wants to feel better and healthier overall.
Yeah, it's been an amazing journey for sure. We've really uncovered so much about the depth and versatility of HIT. I'm curious, though, what was the most interesting takeaway for you?
Honestly, that low volume HIIT thing, that really blew my mind. To think that just a few minutes of intense exercise a few times a week can get you real results. It's a huge motivator, especially for someone with a packed schedule like mine.
I get it. I totally agree. It challenges that whole, no pain, no gain mentality. You don't necessarily need hours at the gym to see progress.
It's such a relief to know that. This brings me to a question for our listeners. Could low volume HIIT be the key to finally fitting exercise into your busy life?
It's definitely something to consider. Imagine making significant improvements to your health and fitness without having to, completely overhaul your schedule. It's possible.
Absolutely. And for those of you who are ready to take the plunge and dive even deeper into the world of HIIT, I highly recommend checking out HIIT Science. Their website and courses are incredible.
Yeah, they're a goldmine of information and practical guidance. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, they can help you design a HIIT program that's, perfectly tailored to your individual needs.
For sure. All right, my fellow deep divers, we've reached the end of our HII exploration for today. I don't know about you, but I am definitely feeling inspired to put some of this knowledge into action.
Me too. It's been a blast breaking down the science and strategies behind this amazing workout method.
So remember, no matter where you're at in your fitness journey, the most important thing is to listen to your body, train strategically, and find what works for you.
And of course, don't forget to chat with your doctor before starting any new workout program, especially one as intense as HIIT. Safety always comes first.
Absolutely. Until next time, keep those minds curious, those bodies moving, and as always, happy diving.